Good morning. My name is Cherie and I'm with Shark Gym, and I'm going to give you a 30-minute stretch class workout. 30 minutes of stretching. There will be a little bit of mobility in there as far as like chest opener, spinal twist, maybe some moves for the hips, but definitely for some stretching. So, well, definitely, obviously, lots of stretching. So, and it's okay to do this cold, not warmed up. I'm not warmed up at all. I am been sitting down, just coming down. So it's okay to do this not warmed up. It's better to do it warmed up. Like if you just did a workout, then do this. It would be better because you would be able to get into some stretches a little deeper, but it's not a deal breaker. Just shorten your range of motion. Don't press too hard if you're not warm. And that's all. Here we go. And always listen to your body, always listen to yourself. If something hurts, back out, take a breath, wait for the next stretch, okay? Because it's hard to, can't see you, know that you're in pain and to adjust. So, but if I do think of modifications in a certain move, I'll definitely give them to you. So, hands and knees. And just right now, I'm gonna tilt this down so you can see my wrists. All right. Right here, a lot of people have tightness or pain in the back of their wrist, so just right here, hands and knees. Perfect, just a very small rock forward and back. And as you rock forward, you may feel a deeper stretch. Keep it as small as you need, make it as big as you want. Hopefully it feels good. If it's too much, you can lean back to take some weight off, okay? And you can move it right here, and that's a stretch in itself, okay? But if you're okay, just rock forward and back. Okay, rotate, rock side to side. Perfect, now rotate. And just hold it, see how you feel. If you're able to rock forward is out of the stretch, rocking back is into that stretch. This feels really good for me to hold it, so I'm gonna hold it, but if you wanna keep rocking, you can rock. But this actually feels really good, so I'm just holding it. All right, now, rotate, shake it out. Fingers are facing in. And let's rock side to side again. Also, bending your elbows eases the stretch, so FYI. I don't do my wrist. Nobody does their wrist like they should, so here we go. Perfect. Sit comfortably. Just kind of rotate the wrist. If you still feel that stretch, just right here. Kind of to ease out of that stretch. All right, back to your hands and your knees. We're gonna do one at a time. I'll do a side view first. Take your right hand only. Flip, palm up, fingers facing your knees. Bend elbow, easier stretch. The more you straighten it, you're gonna feel a stretch. This one's gonna be a lot deeper, so take your time. You can hold. If you rock backwards, it's a deeper stretch. I'm not gonna move. Switch, don't hold that too long. Perfect, just holding. Bent, straight, you just gotta find that stretch. This is where I'm at in a side view. Perfect, release, shake it out again. Oh, cat and cow, you just roll your spine up towards the ceiling and down to the ground. Up and down. This is cat and cow, but I also move side to side. If you can see that side view or front view. So I go up, down, I go side to side, just spinal movement. Think about your spine and move it. To just kind of loosen up your spine, wiggle the hips, move the shoulders, drop your head, and shake it out. We're gonna hit downward facing dog just for a few seconds. But as soon as you get there, pedal your legs one at a time, okay? Not hitting a deep stretch. Readjust myself. Focusing unstretching one calf and one hamstring at a time. Just 2 more seconds. Relax. Child's pose. You're comfortable. Your knees can be together. Spread. I'm spreading mine because my belly's in the way. Your arms can be long. We will get to that stretch a little later. So if you want to relax, rest, completely up to you. Just close your eyes, take a few breaths. All right, back to your hands and your knees. This is a mobility for the spine, chest opener, and a spinal twist. Hands and knees. Just reach this hand up to the ceiling. I'm gonna tilt this back up just a little. Just reaching up, opening the chest. Try to look at that top hand to stretch your neck as well. Come down. We're gonna switch. Excuse me. Just try to open your chest, look up, reach up towards the ceiling, and release. One more time for each side. And switch. Perfect. You can sit back in hero pose. If you don't like hero pose, you can sit flat on your bottom. You can come up to your knees. But I just want to open the chest. Hands behind you. But try to stretch your abdominals and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. But your shoulders, pull your shoulders back and try to press them down. We're just trying to stretch here on both sides. Perfect. Sit comfortably. Arms long in front. Rounding the upper spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Lean to the right. Left. Back to the front. Inhale, arms up. Nice and tall, tall, tall. Exhale down, hands behind you. Open your chest again. Come back to the center. Sit tall. Twist to the right. And hold or press against your leg to increase the stretch. Switch. Back to the front. Drop your head to one side. But as you drop your head, I drop my head to the left. My right shoulder presses down. So deeper stretch in the neck. Switch. So don't stay here. Drop. Back to the center. Drop your head to the back. Into the front. And center. Reach across. Switch. Switch. Adding. Rotate your chest. It's forward. Rotate it to face the ground. And keep reaching. Should feel a little more of that back stretching. And forward and switch. Chest forward. Chest down. That feels good. Chest forward and up. Perfect. All right, let's move on. Let's start thinking where I want to start. Let's start on our back. I feel like laying down, so let's start on our back. If you have, really when it comes to the hamstring stretch, if you have a yoga strap, resistance band, a towel, a sock, just, excuse me, here's the demo. I'm not going to use anything because I have nothing within grabbing distance, but this stretch, if
this is uncomfortable and you would like to relax your arms and you want to hook something around your foot to hold, that's where you would grab something. So if you have something you want to grab it now so we can use it. But for now, we're gonna keep relaxing. So hug your knees into your chest and just gently rock side to side. Left foot to the floor. Hug the right knee in. Open that right knee a little bit. Just get it, to the outside of your body. Bring it across. If this left knee is in the way, straighten the leg. Back to the center and switch. So this foot is comfortable. Here, it's completely comfortable. Hug your left knee in. Open. You should feel that left hip open. Move it across as much as you want until you feel that outer glute stretching. Back to the center. Release. Both feet to the floor. Both knees bent. Relax, arms wherever. And just let your knees rock side to side. Bring both knees back into your chest. Drop both knees to the right, but open your left arm behind you for another spinal twist. And switch. Back to the center, hugging knee in, spread the knees wide. Let's go into happy baby. Where you feel those inner thighs stretching a little bit, hips opening. This is optional. You can just try to straighten that right leg a little bit. Doesn't have to go very straight. Take your time, switch. Bend the right knee back in place. Straighten the left. And bend that knee, hug them in, extend your legs up. Now, if you have the strap or anything you're going to use, grab it now. Otherwise, grab a hold of the right leg, release your left to the floor, hold that stretch. With or without a strap, point and flex your toes so that we can get a stretch in that calf muscle too. Switch. Okay, switch. This time just hold. Left leg is comfortable, right leg is up. Let's open that right leg to the right to open the hip again. Keep your right leg as straight as you can. Bring it up and across. Bring it up and switch. Hold. Open to the left. Up, across, up, and release. Both legs up. This is called a cradle stretch. Take your right ankle across the front of your left knee, grab behind the left hamstring, hold that stretch. The more you pull in that left leg, the more you'll feel the right outer glute stretching. Switch. And release. Sometimes I get relaxed myself. One more time for knees bent, feet down, and just that gentle hip rocking side to side. All right. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab a hold of your shins, your knees. Lift your head with a little momentum. Roll yourself up. We're not gonna stay here. Well, let's hit another hamstring stretch while we're here, just because we're here, but spinal twist first. So lift open the chest, roll your shoulders, move them up, excuse me, back and down. Twist to the right, left, back to the front. All right, hamstrings. Spread, not too wide, spread. We're gonna focus on my right leg. Fold in your left foot. But instead of just leaning like this, I want your shoulders to square up tall. Square your shoulders over your right thigh. Now fold forward and stretch. The focus, you're stretching your right hamstring, but the focus is pulling that left shoulder down. Trying not to be here, even though it's a good stretch, a little deeper. Pull, push that left shoulder down as much as the right, and you'll feel a deeper stretch. This is also an option if you have a yoga strap or anything you were using. If you'd be more comfortable holding on to that, grab it. That feels good. Switch. Square the shoulders as much as you can. Fold forward and stretch. If you notice I move a little, it's up to you. Sometimes it feels better if I move. Sometimes it feels better if I just hold. Do what's comfortable for you. Nothing should hurt. If you're more comfortable sitting still or moving or even twisting side to side, do what your body tells you feels good, but you're still getting a good stretch at the same time. Come back to the center. Spread both. You can either spread your hands or keep them in the ground in front of you. Come back, get our thigh stretch. And just keep pulling your ankles in. Place your elbows against your inner thighs. Now try to fold forward, chest towards the floor. And as you do that, your elbows should press your legs down towards the floor for you. If you want it deeper, you can spread your elbows wider, because the closer you get your knee down, the deeper that stretch. This is our last one, seated. Another cradle stretch. So right ankle across your left knee. Bring that right leg up and try to hug it into your body. And I like rocking a little side to side. So again, hold it or move. It's up to you. Switch. Chest, hands behind you, and release. All right, let's go back to our hands and our knees.
forward around your right hand. Put your hips, let me go, so this is the front view, foot by hand, ankle by hand. But we're right here. I like to scoot this part forward so that I can sink my hips forward. Ooh. And then you should be feeling this stretch right here in the left hip flexor. And take your time. If you need to ease out a little bit, just hike the hips up. The more you press the hips down, the deeper the stretch. The lower your chest, the less stretch in the hip flexor. The more you lift your chest, the more stretch in that back hip flexor. So from here, just rock those hips back, straightening the right leg or your front leg, and now we're in a hamstring stretch for the front leg. Perfect. Release. Switch. I'm going to my left side, scooting forward, pressing my hips. And I like to lift my chest a little bit so I have more of a stretch in this back hip flexor right here. Rock back into a hamstring stretch. Again, movement I like to do. Perfect. Release. Switch. We're going into a lizard. So sink the hips, but this right knee just opens. Don't force it, it's just like it falls open. Too much, hips push back or hike up. The more you sink your hips, the deeper the stretch. Knee in, hamstring, rock back. And switch. Lizard. Knee in, hamstring stretch. All right, switch for one more. Right foot forward, sink. I want you to try to bring both arms, both hands up to your right thigh, sinking the hips. This is going to be one of the deepest stretches for your left or back hip flexor. And hold. Harder, no hands. It's up to you. Or support, but just lift your chest and sink your hips forward. Which feels good to me. Hamstring. And one more part to this stretch. Keep your leg out here, come up, slide your leg directly out to the right, sink your hips this way. Perfect. Left arm up and over. Right hand can be on the thigh, you can slide to the calf or to the ground. And release. Take your time, shake it out, and we're gonna switch to the other side. Other foot forward, sink your hips, bring your hands, arms up onto your left thigh, front thigh. hamstring stretch. And, oh, keep it out, inner thigh. So come up, slide, and slide as far as you want, as you're comfortable, until you feel double stretch the oblique, shoulder, rib cage muscles, and this inner thigh. And release. Last stretch, or last little series of stretches. You're gonna lay flat on your stomach and go into a prone spinal twist. I'm gonna skip laying on my stomach and go straight there so you can see what we're doing. Right arm behind you, your left leg goes up and behind. And switch. Sphinx or cobra. Elbows under the shoulders, lift and open the chest as much as you can. I like to, because I feel really tall in my chest, I'm pressing my shoulders down, like my head to rock side to side, so I feel the stretches in my neck. And child's pose. Knees open, arms long. Press your chest down into the ground. Walk your arms to the right. Arms to the left. Arms up in front. Press one more time down. And release. Cat and cow. Come up to your knees. Stay right here. Up to your knees, knees under your hips. One arm up and over. Switch. An easier stretch, if you feel tight, is to spread your legs. Keeping your knees under your hips is a little deeper. A big inhale up. But as you exhale, arch the back, open the chest, bend your elbows, pull them back, opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Back to the center, one more. Arch the back, open the chest. Opening the chest, one more. Inhale up, don't open the chest, just exhale down, and we're done. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions or anything, leave them below, but until then, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.